What is a suspended sentence? So a suspended sentence means that someone is sentenced to something and then it's kind of like held up in the air or suspended or not imposed. Not imposed is really the way to look at it. A classic example of a suspended sentence would be if someone is sentenced to serve, say, a year in prison. Okay, well then that sentence, that 1 year in prison, could be suspended, so not imposed, meaning that person doesn't have to go to prison upon the completion of some other condition. So let's say it's a drug case and someone has demonstrated that they have a struggle with addiction. So it is possible that if probation is not an appropriate sentence or not something that's been negotiated as a possible outcome, the defendant could be sentenced to a year in county jail or a year in prison. But that time can be suspended if they complete this particular rehab program. That's just an example of something that we've seen recently where someone can avoid prison time by successfully completing a rehabilitation program. There are various other ways, right? Sometimes it could be suspended upon payment of a fine. It could be suspended upon completing community service or doing some other condition of probation or paying restitution to a victim in a theft case. It can be suspended for a variety of things. And sometimes it can be a useful tool for resolving a case if the prosecutor has worries about the outcome of a case and the defense attorney and the prosecutors and everybody can't come to a happy resolution. Sometimes a suspended sentence can give both parties a little bit of what they want, because it is risky for a defendant to be under a suspended sentence. Because let's say you are sentenced to serve a year in prison and then they suspend it and let you go to rehab instead. The problem is that if you fail out of rehab, all the prosecutor has to do is file a motion to impose that sentence that was yet to have been imposed. And it's much easier for them to get that than it is to get a conviction. So they can be a good alternative to help avoiding prison time, but they can also be risky, and there are risks that are associated with them. And that is what a suspended sentence is.